street food.
What's up, street foodies? We are continuing our Hometown Glory series this month with the exploration of the hometown of frequently featured on the show, formerly frequent guest vlogger of the show, Ashley Zadak. Ashley is from Palatka, the southern part of North Florida. It's in the middle of the state, kind of between Gainesville and Jacksonville. If you're not from Palatka, there's a good chance you haven't heard of it, but you're about to, street foodies, because Palatka is fascinating. In the event that small town Americana isn't your thing, feel free to click here to jump to the end of the episode for that Chinese snack that I promised you last week, which, by the way, also happens to be one of Ashley's favorites. When you think of Florida, do you think of, like, country people in big trucks tearing through mud? Does Palatka love rap or country?
Both.
Do you think of the East Coast surfer beach bum stereotype? Surfing or fishing?
Both.
Palatka has all this and more. You know, in some ways, it might be the most representative Floridian community. In other ways, not so much. Putnam County is the poorest county in the whole state, and Palatka is representative of that as well. Palatka is nearly 200 years old, founded in 1812, although it has Native American roots that go back even further. My Chinese friends tend to laugh at the notion of an old American town or city, since Chinese history is like 20 times longer than ours, but whatever. Palatka has a particular aroma.
There is the Georgia Pacific Mill.
There is a paper mill. I hear it's better nowadays than back in the day, but I still feel like if you spend a day in Palatka, people can smell it on you. Just another charming feature in my wife's hometown. There are two major festivals in Palatka, events around which community life is arranged. They are the Azalea Festival and the Blue Crab Festival. We're going to talk about Palatka for 2 episodes. We're going to deal with the Azalea Festival this week and the Blue Crab next week. We're about to hit up the Azalea Festival. What is the Azalea Festival? It's an 80-year-old tradition. That's what it is. It's got a beauty pageant. Were you ever Miss Azalea?
No, I really want to be Miss Blue Crab.
We're going to check it out. This is Sunday, so the Azalea Festival might be a little bit torn down, but we're just going to get a feel for it. What is it like? Are there still flowers? And what manner of snacks do they proffer? On the way to Palatka, we took a bit of a detour. We rode some dirt roads that are meant to be ridden, I'm pretty sure, by four-wheelers. I was nervous, like for my life, saying nervous. Not nervous like, what if we get stuck, but nervous, what if we flip? I just want to say, thank God we had a truck. We found parking and we hot-footed on over to St. John's Avenue. Ashley described a lot of this stuff in detail, but she did so in a voice several decibels below audible, so I'm gonna have to take it from here. This is St. John's Avenue. The street gets blocked off, pedestrian traffic only. You walk around, you look at stuff, maybe you buy stuff. You might need a t-shirt. Or maybe you want some nostalgic metal signage. You might need a shiny hat, or some paintball paraphernalia. Need a rebel flag? Azalea Fest has it covered, y'all. Need a haircut? As long as it's Thursday or Friday, no problem. I'm assuming other barbershops are open on other days in Palatka. While we hung out at St. John's Avenue, we noted a few of Palatka's famous murals, including a mural of Billy Graham being baptized, because that supposedly happened here, or near here. We went looking for a mural of an actual azalea. Not a lot of azaleas around, actually, but we found a few. There's a whole lot of snacks represented. Hot apple dumpling with ice cream. Put some South in your mouth. Those are some serious sausages. Lemonade, funnel cakes, double bacon cheeseburger, chicken tenders.
Homemade chips with cheese and bacon, the heart attack.
The heart attack. They know what they're selling. I was out there feeling American, so I got down on a hot apple dumpling. What kind of sauce do you put? You put like a
apple cinnamon glaze.
Apple cinnamon glaze on top of it. Thank you. We walked around the historic Maltby live oak tree and had our dumpling by the courthouse. A dumpling has some apple, some crust, some ice cream, and some sauce. Those are the elements. How is it different from apple pie, you might ask? Well, it depends. In this case, the apple was melted in your mouth, just like an apple pie, but the pieces of apple were bigger. And see, with a pie, you only get a slice, but with a dumpling, you get the whole thing. That dumpling is yours, unless you are married. The crust is pretty similar to a pie crust, so there's a familiarity about the flavor, but it's just a different ratio of apple to crust sauce.
I like apple pie a lot, but this is really good too. Like, they're noticeably different, and you should try one. The Azalea Festival, Palatka, Florida.
We caught some dudes jamming out to the sunny side. They happened to be jamming right behind the Confederate War Memorial. Welcome to the South, friends. In conclusion, America. It's a lot of things, okay? A lot of good and a lot of bad, but it's diverse. And that's hard, but it's also beautiful. And it's awesome. It's good. It's good like an apple dumpling and ice cream. If you've hung in this long, let's have 2 desserts. It's time for a sweet treat from China. We're talking about glutinous rice balls.
Tangyuan is like glutinous rice flour on the outside, and it has black sesame paste, which is sweet, on the inside.
Quick story. Ashley used to hate these and now she likes them.
My whole first year I would not try them. And then eventually I tried them and I had to repent to my friend Edmund, who had tried to feed me these delicious things my whole first year.
You can find them at most Chinese grocery stores. The directions will likely be in Chinese, but don't fret. We got you covered. Turn that oven on high. Boil some water. Dump them in. And turn back the heat once they're boiling so your oven is not flooded with glutinous rice water. Boil them till they float. Then take them out and enjoy. We scoop some spoonfuls of hot water on them to help with the glutinousness of them so they don't all just like stick together. This treat is all about the stickiness of the sticky rice. If they all get stuck together, it can be kind of gross. Some would argue they're gross no matter how you serve them.
Stewed eyeballs. River, you want a tangyuan?
We tend to make them for our more adventurous friends like Catherine Kendall. She said the outside is akin to a wet marshmallow, and the inside is actually sweeter than you might think, taking a look at it. Black sesame paste can be like a little gritty, like there's dirt in your mouth, but it is really sweet dirt. Look, we got American up in here, and we got sticky rice. These 2 desserts, though they are both sweet, are incredibly different, and that is a fitting metaphor for this whole cross-cultural thing that we are doing. Different, but sweet. Come back next week for some blue crabs. Until then, keep eating it on the street, watching out for the parasites.
Street food.